everyone, Catherine here with Catherine's Plate. I want to thank everyone for coming to my show today. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you hit that bell notification and the subscribe button, and then you'll know when my shows are posted. So I want to welcome you. All right, y'all, today I am using my Instant Pot. I'm bringing it back. I haven't used it in a couple of weeks, so I'm super excited to be able to cook in it today, making Mississippi pot roast. This pot roast is going to have so much flavor in it, y'all. Now, in my description box down below, I do have a video that I've linked of me making Mississippi pot roast, but I made it in the crock pot. It's basically the same process, okay, but the timing of it. When you make it in a crock pot, it takes anywhere between 4.5 to 8.5 hours from start to finish, okay, depending on if you're cooking it on low or high, all right? So in the Instant Pot, it is going to take even less time than that. We're talking maybe 2.5, 2 3/4 to have it done from start to finish, all right? So, depending on how much time you have and how much time you want to spend doing this. There's simple ingredients to this, all right? I am using a chuck roast, and I'm using this type of meat because of all the marbling in it, and it just gives it a nice, tender, and delicious flavor, all right? This is about 2.5 pounds. I'm just going to throw a stick of butter in it because, you know, flavor, right? All right, 1 stick of butter, some beef broth. Now I'm not going to use the whole can, but we're going to use about half of it, and I'm going to show you why here in a minute. All right, pepperoncinis, star of the show, right? So we've got the juice and we got whole pepperoncinis in here, and depending on how many pepperoncinis you use is about the heat level that will happen inside the Instant Pot, all right? And then I have 2 packets here. I have 1 packet of au jus sauce, flavor, and then I have a pack of ranch dressing here. This is about a 1 ounce package of dry ranch dressing that we're going to be adding also. Y'all, that's it, all right? So I'm going to get started with a process that is going to be browning up my chuck roast in the Instant Pot. Now this step is totally optional, okay? You can put this all in the Instant Pot and then go on your way, all right? But because I want to add a layer of flavor and some color to my meat, I'm going to go ahead and do that process, and I'm going to show it to you. All right, y'all, all I can say now is let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead now and start searing my chuck roast in the Instant Pot. Now I have it on the saute mode here. I'm going to add just a little bit of some oil in the bottom of my, okay, so this is your sleeve. So that's where I'm going to put my oil into the bottom of. About 1 tablespoon will do. Now I'm going to cut my roast here into about 2 or 3 sections here. There, that's good right there. All right, I'm going to wash my hands. All right, so I've got my meat cut up, and I'm going to go ahead now and salt and pepper all sides of my meat for the flavor. All right, so I've seasoned my meat on all sides. I'm going to go ahead now and, let's see, yep, we got a nice color in that oil in the bottom here, and you can see it smoked just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and place my meat in the bottom of here and let it brown up. Ah, you hear that sizzle? That's what's going to give it that nice brown and little bits on the meat that we like. Alright, I'm going to let it sit there for just a few minutes and let it get seared on the bottom, and then we're going to rotate it around. And then we're going to do all the sides on it. So I'll bring you back and show you what that looks like at the end. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead now and turn off my Instant Pot. Go ahead and finish taking out all my meat. Alright, so now we have all of this left in our pan, and I want to be able to use that, but we want to get that off the bottom of the pan. All right, so I'm going to add 1/2 cup of beef broth. And I'm going to put half a cup of my peppercini juice from the jar in there. And what I'm going to do is just scrape along the bottom carefully until I get all those lovely little flavored bits up from there. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead now. I've got all my little bits up in there. You can see that's nice and clean on the bottom of the pan. Now we want to leave all of that in there because that is our flavor. So I'm going to lay the roast back into our Instant Pot sleeve there. Alright, so now I'm ready to go ahead and just place my other ingredients on top of my chuck roast in the Instant Pot. So the first thing we're going to start with is our au jus gravy packet here. I've got my ranch seasoning packet here. Now I've got my 1 stick of butter that I've kind of chopped up into little pieces that I'm going to place all over my roast. I'm going to put my pepperoncinis in, not the juice, because we've already added the juice earlier, so we're just going to put the whole pepperoncinis in there. I'm going to be putting about 6 to 8 of them in here. Now this all depends on how much heat you want in your roast, alright? Alright, we're going to go ahead now and put our lid on. And you want to lock it. Alright, so the knob on the back, you want to make sure it's on sealing. Alright, all the way over to sealing. And that's going to lock it in place and make sure the steam stays inside your unit here. Alright, so on the front of the unit, we're going to go ahead and press the pressure cooker button. And we're going to, now see it says high pressure, we're going to up this to 90 minutes or an hour and 30 minutes. Alright, so it's going to come up to pressure and it's going to take about 10 to 15 minutes to do that. Then it's going to do the countdown from the hour and 30 minutes. Alright, then when that happens, I'm going to do a natural release, which means I'm going to let it count up for 15 minutes while it is doing a release of steam. Alright, and then at that point we're going to come back and see where we stand. Alright y'all, so my roast has been cooking for an hour and a half, and then I'm letting it do a natural release for about 15 minutes, and I think it's up to about 17 minutes. So I'm going to just use my tool here, just push it, let the rest of the steam that's in there come out. We do not want to open this until that pin right here falls down, alright, and that's going to let us know that there's no more steam inside. Alright, so as you can see, the pin has dropped, letting us know it is now safe to open our lid to our Instant Pot. Alright y'all, so I'm going to undo it. Now you want to make sure that you release your lid and take it off away from you, okay? You don't want all that, any steam that's left to come at your face, alright? See, like that right there? So we want to push it away from you. Alright y'all, look at that goodness in there. It smells so delicious in there. Oh my gosh, you can just see that. It's just pulling right apart. Look at that. Alright, I'm going to take this out now. I'm going to take my meat out. Alright y'all, so what's left is this beautiful gravy in here. So I want you to see this. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I have a little slurry here of about 5 tablespoons of cornstarch and some water, and I just kind of mixed it up. What I'm going to do is I've got my Instant Pot on saute mode, and I'm going to go ahead and add my slurry. And we're going to thicken this sauce up. I'm going to stir this, and we're going to bring this to a boil so it'll thicken. Alright y'all, it is boiling in here, and it is rich and thick. Alright, I'm going to use my ladle here. I'm going to show you how thick this sauce is. Look at that. Look at that gravy I made. Oh. Alright, I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to ladle it over my meat. Alright. Oh. Y'all drooling yet? I am. All right, y'all, what do you think about my Mississippi pot roast in the Instant Pot? I'm gonna try this for y'all. Of course I am. All right. All right, y'all. There are so many layers of flavor inside there. I'm feeling a little bit of heat from the pepperoncinis and the jarred juice that I used for this. The ranch dressing, the au jus, and also the butter just made a glorious sauce for this, y'all. Oh my gosh, it is so delicious. And then I used that wonderful cut of chuck roast that I made in there. All right, y'all, I want to thank you so much for coming to my show today. Make sure you comment down below and give me a thumbs up. All right, if you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below with the bell notification so that you know when these awesome shows come out. All right, y'all, I will see you on the next episode.